Well, so far, our winter has not brought any ice or sleet into our region. That was not the case 10 years ago. With a look back, FOX23 meteorologist Michaela Smith.
Yeah, definitely 10 years ago, we were talking about very different conditions. On the 20th and the 21st of December in 2013, we were seeing ice falling across parts of green country. And you can see kind of along I-44, that's where we had the heaviest totals. And while this doesn't seem like much, when you're talking about ice, it doesn't take much to start to cause some problems. So you start to see again that map that I just showed you where some of the heaviest of the ice was about a ½ an inch. That was the impacts. That means tree limbs start to break, roads are icy, and you start to see some minor power outages. But in some other places, we also had a quarter or maybe even 3/4 of an inch of rainfall and ice that happened this day. So as you get a little bit closer to the 1+ inches, that's when we start to see more widespread power outages, tree damage, and those roads are basically impassable. So looking back at some of those pictures from that December ice storm in 2013, this was a picture taken by FOX23 at ORU. You can see trees that had fallen down, power lines that were down because of the weight of that ice. Ice is also pretty heavy on those limbs. And here's another picture from again 2013. This was from Craig Sullivan, who worked at the National Weather Service at Tulsa. You can just see how much ice was on here, about ½ an inch of ice, but that doesn't take much again to start to see limbs fall and to cause problems across the area. But why do we see ice versus snow, especially when you're talking about it being in the winter time? Well, the big difference is the air above. If you have warmer air compared to colder air, you have colder air and precipitation starts to fall. It's going to fall all the way down as snow. But the case that what we saw 10 years ago is you had warmer air above, but then a very shallow layer of cold air that moved in across the area, and that gave us freezing rain, which eventually led to ice, and that was the ice storm that we saw 10 years ago. Now, we don't have any ice or snow in the 10-day forecast, but coming up here in just a couple of minutes, James will break it all down for you, what you can expect closer to Christmas.